The news that came through the phone was not just a family greeting. There was something even more shocking, making Cha Eunwoo's crying moment in the military even more profound and impactful. After talking to her parents, Eunwoo got another turn to receive a phone call a few days later. He was mentally prepared, thinking that the phone would return containing the voice of his mother, father, or brother who gave encouragement. However, it turns out that there is an unexpected figure on the other side. Yu Menglong, a Chinese actor and singer who has been known to be quite close to him through several international projects. Instantly, Eunwoo's tense face turned shocked. He did not expect that a cross-country friend, whom he had not seen for a long time, would contact him at such an intimate moment. Yu Menglong's calm voice sounded clear. "Eunwoo, it's me. How are you there?" The cry that had subsided immediately broke out again. Eunwoo closed his face with his hands, holding back the sobs that only got louder. Not many people know that the closeness of Eunwoo and Yu Menglong has been established for a long time, not only as colleagues, but also as best friends who often share stories about loneliness, pressure, and the sometimes exhausting glittering world of the entertainment industry. I can't believe it's you, Gu," Eunwoo said in a hoarse voice. He called Gu, which means big brother, a respectful greeting he used to use for Menglong. "I miss it so much. I feel like the world here is completely different. No cameras, no stage, just cold, quiet, and longing that can't go away." Yu Menglong chuckled on the other side, although his voice sounded trembling as if he was holding back Haru. "I know you're strong, Eunice, but being strong doesn't mean you shouldn't cry. Precisely because you dare to cry, you will become more resilient. Remember, you have family, you have friends, and you have millions of people who love you." The atmosphere around the barracks instantly became quiet. Some of the soldiers who heard Yu Menglong's name called were surprised, realizing that the phone was not just any phone. They saw Eunwoo sitting in a corner, clutching the phone tightly as if it was the only link with the outside world that could make him breathe a sigh of relief. "Go. I feel useless. I often cry when night falls. I want to finish quickly, but time is running very slowly here," Eunwoo said softly. "Why?" Yu Menglong replied softly. "Don't say that. This is where you learn about yourself. I'm sure when you come out, you'll be a much stronger person, not only for yourself, but for everyone who has placed their hopes in you. I'm waiting for you, Eunwoo. I'm waiting for us to be able to sit together again, talk without time constraints, and laugh like we used to." Those words brought Eunwoo back to tears. Gratitude enveloped him. He feels that not only his family is waiting, but also his best friend abroad who really cares about him. The news by phone was not only encouraging, but also injected new hope in him. When the phone had to be terminated due to time rules, Eunwoo was silent for a long time. He looked at the dead phone screen, then took a deep breath. "Thank you," he whispered slowly. Some of his military colleagues approached, asking what was happening. Eunwoo only smiled faintly, his eyes still wet, then replied, "That's my best friend. He said I had to endure, because there was still so much waiting for me." The news of Eunwoo receiving a call from Yu Menglong finally spread widely after several people around his barracks leaked the news. Korean and Chinese media alike highlighted the rare moment. Many wrote that this cross-country friendship became a symbol of how strong the emotional bond of two young artists who both understand the rigors of the entertainment world and the importance of support in difficult times. Even fans were surprised. They did not expect that in the midst of the country's bustle and distance, Yu Menglong took the time to contact Eunwoo for encouragement. On social media, thousands of comments flowed. "This is what true friends mean," wrote one fan. "Menglong is not just a friend, he is family to Eunwoo," another added. This moment became one of the emotional turning points for Cha Eunwoo in the military. He learns that strength comes not only from himself, but also from the love he receives, whether from family, fans, or friends like Yu Menglong. And every time she felt weak, the memory of her best friend's voice on the phone strengthened her to persevere. After the news spread, the mood in the media changed dramatically. Initially, the story of Cha Eunwoo crying because he received a call from his family was enough to make the public sympathize. But when it was revealed that one of the important calls he received came from Yu Menglong, the news exploded even bigger. Korean media wrote titles with emotional overtones: Cha Eunwoo cries when he receives his best friend's call from China, tears behind military uniform. Unexpected support from Yu Menglong, cross-country friendship that strengthens in the midst of conscription. On the other hand, the Chinese media is no less crowded. Major entertainment portals highlight this moment as proof of how deep the personal relationship between two Asian stars who are on different but mutually reinforcing career paths is. The lengthy article published there described how Menglong specifically asked for permission to be able to contact Eunwoo through official channels. The process was not easy, given that the Korean military rules were very strict. But Menglong's efforts showed how seriously he wanted to encourage his friend. Fans in China even made an online trend with a special hashtag Menglong for Eunwoo, which then continued with the global trend #StayStrongEunwoo. Thousands of messages flooded the social media platform with Korean, Chinese, even English, all containing prayers and support. "True friends know no borders," wrote one fan from Beijing. "Menglong tells us that Eunwoo is not alone," said a South Korean official. For Eunwoo himself, the phone became a turning point. After that moment, he seemed calmer, more excited, and more focused on serving his military duty. His fellow soldiers noticed that whenever Eunwoo felt tired, he would often sit for a moment, close his eyes, and then smile lightly. When asked what he thought, he simply replied, "I remember the voice of my best friend." It's a simple answer, but it carries a deep meaning. The atmosphere of the barracks changed. Eunwoo's presence, which initially made some people awkward because of his status as a big celebrity, now makes him even more accepted. They see that behind his popularity and fame, Eunwoo remains a fragile, ordinary human being who needs love and support. Many young soldiers later made him an inspiration. One of them said, "If a star of Cha Eunwoo's class can cry and admit to being homesick, then we all don't need to be ashamed of our own feelings." As the news progressed, netizens began to retrace the moments of interaction between Cha Eunwoo and Yu Menglong in the past. An old video of when they met at an international event went viral again. In one of the footage, Menglong is seen patting Eunwoo's shoulder familiarly, while Eunwoo laughs off. The public is now looking at that moment with a different point of view, as if it were preliminary evidence that their friendship goes much deeper than just colleagues in the entertainment industry. Not a few media also wrote an analysis of the meaning of this cross-country friendship. Amidst the sometimes tense Korean-Chinese political relations, Eunwoo and Menglong's personal stories present a warm humanist side. They considered that the moment of the phone call was not only a matter of two celebrities, but also a symbol that sincere friendship can bridge distances, borders, even differences in countries. Meanwhile, Eunwoo's family, who knew this news from afar, was also moved. The mother was said to have shed tears again when she heard that her son had received so much support, not only from the nuclear family, but also from overseas friends who cared. "At least I know he's not alone there," his mother said in a brief interview. Eunwoo himself, although limited in conveying messages due to military rules, had entrusted the phrase through an official letter which was later published by his agency. In the letter he wrote, "I thank all who have given me strength." That brief